Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our football podcast. You can't see the forest for the tees. Join myself, Paul Williams and James Panas talking about last week's games, and there aren't any games this week, so there was nothing to discuss. But there's still a quiz, so there's that. So here we go, this is Cookiecast. You can't see the forest for the tees.
Got that on. Should have got that on camera.
I'm feeling a bit.
As if we didn't get that little bit of comedy gold on
Weirdly,
camera.
I don't even know what I was doing earlier, but I remembered the point in time that James Panas ate one too many
Chocolate coffee. Was that on camera last time when Stu was talking about it?
I don't know.
Yeah. That was an interesting WrestleMania. We've all got a WrestleMania nearly shitting yourself story, haven't we? I mean, obviously mine was worse because I was there, in the building, having paid several £1,000s to get
I've watched
there.
WrestleMania on telly, but I don't think I've nearly shit myself.
I've got a I nearly died during WrestleMania story.
What?
You were there.
Boredom.
No, it was around the... So here's what we... Oh no, it was Royal Rumble.
Is this the shots?
I was fine.
So we thought it would be a good idea. So it was me, him, Toots.
Yeah.
Just the three of us, or did Gotti get involved as well?
Was that not the one that Stu and Matt came to?
No, I don't think Toots ever went to one that Stu and Matt came to. Maybe Gotti did.
There was a fourth person, at least.
Well, fifth. It'd have had to be a fifth because it'd been me, you, Stu, and Matt. So maybe it was Stu, but not Matt. I don't know. The delivery is in.
Pizza
You
or...
have to save it now.
But yeah, we'll discuss that another time. Welcome along, everyone, to this week's thrilling instalment of...
You can't see the forest for the tees. Simple.
Simple. Elegant. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, James, can you think of anything that's happened this week in football?
No.
Racism.
Yes, but again, not in the UK.
Yeah.
Although some guy got racially abused, responded by kicking the ball into the stand and got sent off for it. So hopefully that gets rescinded.
That's what I saw.
Have you seen the Mario one?
Why do I want
Very
to say
similar.
Rashford?
Oh, I don't think Rashford's been abused this week. Not
Dropped
to my knowledge.
from...
No, that's Sterling. We'll get into that, but that is not racism related.
No, that's fighting.
That's just-
I don't think
fighting.
I don't think it can be racism related because it was a man of the same race that basically was having a bit of
Beefing with.
beefing.
No, the
We
one
be
that I was
beefing
reading
here.
about Balotelli was... It's Brescia.
I think so.
Yeah. So they were playing Verona.
Yeah.
Hellas Verona.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Excellent, Ali.
Nearly. So apparently the Verona's fans started abusing him.
Racially.
Yeah, but they maintain it's because he's a knobhead, not because he's black, if I'm honest.
No, you don't understand. It just so happened to be racist.
But he is a knobhead. So they were all abusing him. It turns out that the leader of like their ultras or whatever has been banned from football,
Excellent.
right? But all the Brescia ultras, his own team, have now come out in support of the Hellas Verona ultras, going, no, he's disrespected football by like fart-arsing around and not putting enough effort in and all this kind of stuff. You were definitely right to do all that shit to him. That's his own fans.
Football, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
when even your own fans
So anyway.
hate you.
I don't know why I get drawn into this conversation every week.
Well,
So, what else has happened in football?
Liverpool apparently are just going to walk the league this season.
Liverpool beat City.
With two incredibly questionable goals.
I think I saw something last night about, like, it was like Ref Watch or whatever on Sky.
I'll tell you something.
Has now
I'll
agreed.
put that down.
Has now agreed with the the decision that the ref made, that the guys made at the time, and that it was no penalty to
So-
City and therefore a goal for Liverpool.
The point that Phil, who does the quiz, very good quiz, every Tuesday night,
Obviously, an
13:31.
impartial fan, and not in any way a hardcore
Obviously,
City fan.
he's a Man City fan, but he did raise an interesting point, which said the new law that's been passed by FIFA, that is now implemented across all leagues, I believe, is if the ball strikes the hand and is indirectly leads to a goal, the goal will automatically be chalked off, regardless of if it's a deliberate handball or not.
Would it not be review, like they let the play continue and
Yeah.
then they review?
So, that strikes a Liverpool player's hand, and then they break and score. So how can you not say...
But didn't this happen in the game that we were watching this time?
Lots of stuff-
that
lots of
happened in the
stuff
Chelsea
happens.
game, but that was
However,
different.
The difference in this is the first instance, at least in England, because they've been talking about what happens in this situation, is where you've got a shout for a penalty in one box, it's not looked at, and then they immediately go up the other end and score. So then you've got the... If you give this decision, you've got to wipe out that decision. They were saying at some stage that event is going to occur.
Yeah.
It happened to occur in the biggest game, currently the biggest game in English football.
Pretty much. So obviously, Man City were on the attack. They got it in the box. It hits Trent Alexander-Arnold's
So
hand.
before that, there's a bit of an issue regarding whether Bernardo Silva handballed it. Which
I can't remember that bit.
yeah, there's a bit about him, but apparently that's gone. But yeah,
Yeah.
go on to-
So it hits the Liverpool defender's hand in the box,
most pundits agree, unnatural position,
and obviously,
and it's not within his silhouette or anything.
Aguero stops. So that's the first thing. He probably shouldn't stop.
Play to whistle, don't you?
Exactly. So he's appealing. It's very appealing. Liverpool then break, and obviously they get the goal off the end of it, and obviously all the Man City players are just surrounding the ref, just saying, like, you know, go and have a look at it, blah blah blah, as if, like, you know, he's not thought, well, might have a look at this one. This came the day after VAR had run for something like 5 minutes in the Spurs Sheffield United game to rule out the was it Lundstrom's goal? No, McGoldrick.
Goldrick, yeah.
So there was a VAR check on the what would have been the equaliser in the Spurs
I think
Sheffield United game.
3 minutes 44 or something. I did something like that.
It was ridiculous, and apparently he was offside by like 1 millimetre because his toe,
Because they've drawn some pictures.
because his toe or something in a previous phase of play was deemed to be in an offside position. I mean, it's in the last couple of weeks.
The frustration thing
It's
is,
proved to make the game worse. It's not helping you.
so they were saying that even though because that was like 3.5 minutes, fans not happy waiting that long, but both teams and fans just couldn't get back into the game after that kind of break, and the rest of the game was apparently just crap.
Yeah.
It was brought in to give consistency.
This
Now
is the
that
problem.
now they're consistently reviewing issues, but not giving consistent.
Well, what they've said is the only consistency
Decision.
that it's got is that it's inconsistent.
Yeah,
So,
and they seem to be getting a bit pissed off that our referees have not been given the directive of go and look at it for yourself. In Europe, they go and have a look.
they've
and
got the
international
they've got
games,
the
they go and have
monitor
a
off
look.
to the side, don't they?
Yeah.
So maybe it's
Which
doesn't make any sense because you'd imagine that in the Premier League, the richest league in the world, the infrastructure would be there.
It's
to
not
give
that it's
them
not that you don't have the they've just got that they've taken the decision as the Premier League to not let the
Have
referee
like
on
a
the pitch
VAR
have another.
control centre and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I imagine.
Crap.
Do they not have the guy that's got the TV strapped to him that comes around?
What, the Microsoft Surface?
Yeah.
No, they don't have
I don't know
that.
what that is. But they've obviously built Stockley
In
Park.
the Nervler.
Stockley Park. They've obviously it's like a purpose
Is the VAR hub.
yeah.
Not my favourite hub, obviously. Stub hub, as we've previously.
Yeah.
So yeah, it needs work, but it was all. I think it was always going to be this way because it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not new, not brand new for football as a whole, but it's the first year it's been used in the Premier League. Obviously, it's not like James just said there, they're not using it in the same way that other leagues and Europe are and stuff like that. So you're going to get these inconsistencies.
And people have been crying because it's just been the Rugby World Cup. They kind of have it. They're pretty drilled with how they run video replays. But in that one, they were saying that the good thing with rugby,
time off.
Yeah. So my dad's been saying for like a good couple of years now, whenever the ball goes out of play, I don't understand this like extra time at the end. Just stop the clock, and then everyone knows where they are.
Yeah.
Right? But, so there's that, they get the time out for that. I think they were saying the difference in the rugby one is that you can hear the ref having the conversation with the guys in the screen, and the players know what's going on. That gets broadcast to the crowd, so the referee can explain his decision.
Yeah.
So the ref knows when he goes up in rugby to the guys, he's like,
crossing.
Was it high? Was it a high tackle first? Was it dangerous? Was it so he goes through like a list of things to then get to his outcome. Yeah. But whilst he's going through it, the crowd and the TV viewers get to hear what's going on. They're happy to have their conversations aired.
Yeah. There's definitely scope where they should be using it. I think the main problem is that obviously rugby union's a very stop-start game as it is anyway.
Yeah.
So it's got the ability for the stoppages to be built into it, whereas football's never really been that way inclined, has it?
No.
So I reckon it will get better. It's just they just need to iron out the.
And all this is taken away from the goal that Liverpool scored was a stonker. That goal by Fabinho was.
Oh yeah, absolute rip snorter.
But no one's going to care about that because it came at the end of a
absolute twat. It sort of rolled out to him at the edge of the box. He just rifled it in the top corner.
A bit of a bullet one.
Salah's header was good as well, to be fair, because he came onto it from a long distance out and just basically sort of
the best thing about that was crossfield ball. Alexander-Arnold, Robertson crossed it. It was like so direct, but just two crossfield balls.
At times,
Brilliant.
It did feel like watching the Borough. Said nobody one ever. Speaking of which, should we come on to?
I don't know if there's anything more to go through.
There's not.
Colin Wanker.
Oh,
am I allowed to say Colin Wanker?
FA Cup second round. All the games went ahead as scheduled.
First round.
From one.
Except
first round.
Yeah. Did I say second round?
Yeah.
I apologise. Apologies. FA Cup first round. We didn't do our scheduled or planned visit to a game. I mean, I'm glad that we didn't, because I'm pretty sure had we have done the
we'd
game
still be
last
travelling
night,
back now.
We'd still be travelling back now. Oh no, because we wouldn't have been travelling back from Harrogate now.
I was using some artistic license to just say how long.
Artistic license.
Artistic license. I know that's a byword for autism on this channel.
We didn't go to the scheduled game that we said we were going to choose and stuff like that. Which I think
we left MacLeod into it.
We did. I think we were potentially going to go to Harrogate Town versus Portsmouth.
Why? Before we found out it was the Monday game, I think that was a potential for the weekend. Although you ended up doing something.
What is the affiliation with either of those?
It was
we wanted to go to an FA Cup first round game
because we said we were going to pick.
I basically banned York.
I said we were going to pick a game, and we were basically going to follow that tie throughout the tournament.
I explained this to my dad, and he was like, "Have you thought this through?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so." And he was like, "You realise that you're going to have to pay to go to Wembley at some stage?" Oh yeah.
And
no.
So the idea would have been so last night. So hypothetically speaking, if we'd have picked the Harrogate versus Portsmouth game, that would mean then that in the next round we'd go to the winner of the Harrogate versus Portsmouth game versus whoever they got drawn against in the second round. As it came, the second round draw was done before the game kicked off last night. Probably good, because the game was delayed by a good hour. It's alright though. The Portsmouth fans didn't have far to travel after the game had finished.
It would have been worse if it got postponed.
Oh, we'll come on to that.
Oh yeah. I think you're going with who they've got next.
So Portsmouth end up prevailing, getting through to the second round. Are they at home?
I don't know which way around the time.
I think they got drawn at home to Altrincham, who had beaten York. So, if things had gone the opposite way around...
And that was only a 1-0, so it weren't...
We could have potentially been seeing Harrogate versus York in the second round. Wouldn't that have been nice for everybody?
No way would have been getting into that game. I wouldn't have thought.
What, all the York nomads just, getting there on the train? A little bit of digestive distress there, James.
There was a stomach rumble there.
Oh dear. Oh dear. All the games went ahead of schedule apart from one. One game didn't survive the wet weather. Again, pretty local game, Yeovil all the way down there in Somerset, playing against a fairly local team in the, Hartlepool United.
Oops.
Look at his face.
Not happy. So all the poor old Pools fans who'd probably set off at the wee hours of the morning when it was still dark to get all the way down to Somerset for a lovely game of football, to only find out about an hour or so before kick-off. Yeah, sorry lads, pitches in the right state. You can't be playing on that.
Having watched the highlights of a lot of these first round games, hell of a lot of plastic pitches in lower down football, isn't there? Like a lot. The one that was on TV last night, Hartlepool, have a particularly ropey looking one. They were saying though, the weird thing is, apparently Portsmouth, that's the first time in 9 ties playing on an artificial pitch they've ever won.
Interesting.
However, the pitch they play on is 50% artificial.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's like half and half. I think it's intersectional.
That would be incredible.
It's a lemon.
Yeah.
Do. Whoa! Above the halfway line, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, apparently Fountain Park's half artificial. Somehow.
Right. I've heard of this before, where apparently you have a grass pitch, but you interweave it with like certain elements of 3G.
What?
Is it
Like,
3G?
they
4G?
just bring in the phone network.
4G. Is it 4G? I've
No, I
missed
think
it now.
it's 3G.
Is it 3G?
Yeah, I think it's
3G
a different
pitch.
Yeah.
So it's the rubber crumb based thing. So it's supposed to look and feel like grass, but it is completely artificial.
But apparently requires different playing footwear and stuff like that.
You're better off with mouldy boots rather than actual.
Yeah, apparently Kenny
studs.
Jackett had said when they got there and looked, apparently Portsmouth had rented a pitch for a couple of days to train on, and then when he got up to Harrogate, he's like, apparently this sort of commentator says, apparently the players like, you might have to go out and buy yourself another set of boots on the day because I want you all wearing like rubber studs.
Can you imagine that? Group trip to Sports Direct. Alright lads, Jesus Christ, a lot of you in there. You're not a football team, are you? Yeah, we are actually.
I didn't realise as well, Harrogate is a full-time club.
Are they? I
Yeah.
thought they were still part-time.
No, full-time club. They were saying that, let's not be like too down on them or whatever. They do get to train just as much as Portsmouth. Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they had made the switch to full time yet, because they've only been in the conference for 2 seasons, so they went up the season that York went down, I think,
And became the best club in
Oh,
North
did they?
Yorkshire.
Oh, maybe they didn't actually. Maybe they came up the same season. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, had to go and buy new footwear, didn't they?
Yeah.
Exquisite. You'd like to think that there's probably not a Sports Direct in Harrogate, so were they up at Monk's Cross?
More millionaires per capita than anywhere in the country.
It is.
Really?
Harrogate.
So Harrogate and York are basically the anomalies of the north.
I got told to not call it Harrogate as well.
Harrogate. Harrogate.
Harrogate.
Harrogate.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Harrogate. Anybody from there will tell you that.
Yeah.
Harrogate.
I didn't know that though. I know York's a bit of an oddity. As in, expensive.
Go half an hour down the road to like Barnsley.
Barnsley.
You're getting a lot more bang for your buck.
Or
obviously.
Donny.
Or Donny. Yeah, but I understand everyone in Donny's got like a well fancy house, don't they?
No, I think a lot of Donny's underwater at the moment anyway. So it's the worst place to be in Britain at the moment, isn't it? In terms of
At the moment.
flood issues. Yes, at the moment.
Well, I don't know. There's a couple of places up in the old Tees region that's a little bit questionable. But anyway. So yeah, I think that's... Oh yeah, and as previously mentioned, our old friend Colin is no longer the manager at Cardiff City.
Yeah.
Poor old Colin.
Shit.
Is there any other managerial changes?
Pools have appointed a new manager. Dave Challoner of long throw fame.
Yeah, we talked about it last week because you were trying to demonstrate long throws to me.
Yeah, and you were giving it all this about Roland Nielsen. I was like, no.
Anyway.
You're wrong.
Has there been any more? Has Pellegrini been fired yet?
No.
It's going to be though, isn't he?
No. Apparently they've already come out and said that he's not under scrutiny or under...
Oh, wait. He's had the vote of confidence from the board. You know what happened when you got Lighting Champ manager back in the day?
The dreaded vote of confidence.
You get the vote of confidence and you definitely get fired within the week. Yeah, no, that might be, we might have to move on to results time.
Let's do this.
I already know the results. Obviously.
Yeah, because you do your own work, Andy.
Sometimes I'm screeching in at the last minute, sometimes I'm well prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Today was a last minute jobby.
So we'll be doing Forest first. With it
We
being
will
the
be
early
doing
kickoff.
Forest first.
Yeah.
Quite right too.
Nottingham Forest versus Derby. James Panas.
Wasn't really the goal fest I was expecting.
It wasn't the goal fest you were expecting. It
No.
was not.
It was Forest 1, Derby 0 though.
It was.
And we go marching on.
So, point for everybody.
Yeah.
We all went for Derby,
Everybody
for
went
Forest wins.
for a Forest win.
Yeah.
Did
you go a 1-0?
I was personally the closest.
That doesn't mean shit. Did
It
you
does
say
mean shit.
2-1?
So,
2-0.
I said 2-0. So everybody gets a point for the score.
Sweet. How many of you believe in Lewis, apart from me?
Well, I understand that Andy absolutely despises the man. So
You don't go with him though, do you?
No, and this week it's come back to bite me, hasn't it? Because
Everyone.
I am the only person who will not be taking any points from the goal scorers.
Oh God. Oh no.
So from the Forest Derby, 2 points for Paul Williams for a score and a grabbing. 2 points for James Panas. Score and a grabbing.
Yeah, boy.
What, one point for me.
Oh, Andrew.
I can't imagine. Well, yeah. All right, and so let's move on.
Let's move on. QPR versus Middlesbrough.
Well, I was absolutely convinced that QPR were winning this game, but it was.
Everybody was absolutely...
Well,
I'm going to go out here and say that, as far as I know, because I never went back and had a look at the final score, as far as I know, it was 2-2, right?
It was Desmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never went back on what's the final score. So from memory, it was not. So do you want to say like the results before I go into score?
So nobody got any points.
No one went for a draw.
Nobody went for a draw.
Right, okay.
Everybody thought QPR was definitely winning this one.
So I think we were all over Hugh Gill for scoring.
Sadly,
there was a lot
previous
of Hugh Gill.
previous team job, that kind of thing. So it was. Naki Wells, did he get the first one?
Naki Wells got the first.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the scoring was. I think, did you equalise?
So, Borough went 1-0 up.
Oh, did you go 1-0 up?
Technically, should have been 2-0 because they scored after 3 minutes, but Ayala's header was ruled out for offside. Almost certain he was level.
What did the VAR say?
The VAR's not in the Championship.
In that league.
It's not allowed. So yeah, Borough went 1-0 up. Asombalonga got the first. Naki Wells equalised. Unfortunately, a Johnny Howson own goal put QPR in the lead.
I tell you what, You
scored a
are
fucking
shipping a few
shitload.
own goals this year, aren't
Fucking
you?
loads. But then Britt rescued it.
Did?
Bagged his second. Scoring therefore ends 2-2.
So,
Has Andy clawed it back on a brick goal?
Give us the tissue,
Yeah.
please.
no scores for scores.
No.
However,
I'm
One-
pretty sure I have no score. No
one
points.
person in this room correctly predicted a goal scorer.
is it me? Naki Wells.
Did you not go on Brit for the...
Well, I put 1-0 to QPR, so...
and I thought you'd gone... I didn't realise you'd gone Wells.
So, the scores for that game, Paul gets 1 point.
So has he won?
And you and me, James,
Getting on.
we're getting some locks, aren't we? Locks and lovely
Locks bagel.
bagels.
So does that
So
mean...
the scores for the week, in ascending, is a 3-2.
Yeah, that's descending 3-2-1, by the way.
Yeah, that as well. So,
So he's gone from literally getting nothing every
Paul's
single week going
actually
to winning.
won a week. Can you believe it? Obviously, does
And he's
absolutely nothing
and
to
he's
the table.
he's won the points by
Shithousing his way to it.
well, just
like
basically
a true Middlesbrough.
just
player.
betting on the
Whatever.
team against them.
Let's get down to this week's.
Oh no!
Oh no! So,
Again, unless we want to predict the pools games.
no. So I'll close the book there.
Does that mean we just move swiftly?
Well, the reason why there is no games is because it's England without Raheem Sterling.
No. Just for one game. He's still in the squad.
Yeah,
Oh,
he'll
hello.
probably come in when they realise they need him.
Tell you something. There's only been 6 minutes played down in Somerset.
Is there a goal?
There isn't a goal.
Is there 2 goals?
2 goals.
1-1.
It's 1-1, but Yeovil were 1-0 up. Lawson
tell me.
Death.
Oh, I was going to say, tell me it's Kabamba.
He's not. Luke James. Strange enough, his name is not James.
It's James.
It's James.
Yeah. Who's the other one you've got that's a funny name? Jimmy.
It's Gime Toure.
Gaim.
Gaim Toure, but apparently his name is Jimmy. But apparently there's some consternation in the ranks because apparently
Are these being used or something? Have we run out of power on the other one?
something like Mr. Toure was employed by Filed when Dave Chalney was the manager of Filed and was injured. They released him and somehow within about 3 days he was fit, signed by Sutton and played for them. So, yeah.
Leanne very kindly not only got you new pens,
Oh, she's a good egg, isn't she?
I believe that these are
Gel pens.
gel
Unbreakables.
pens. Definitely not. See what you two do to freaking
I
pens.
say this guy's shoving up in
I
the
don't want
bottom,
to
isn't
use.
he?
I don't want to use the rappy word, but
Oh look, it's those pens where you have to
I have to take the
break-
end off.
You have to break the. You have to take.
Oh, I
its,
just thought I'd go with some like kind of discharge on
no,
the
you
end
have
of
to,
that.
you have to take its. You have to take its cherry.
Just thought we've got just a little bit of.
A bit of discharge. He's
Wow.
used to seeing a bit of discharge on the end of his. What?
Who?
C word. Oh, look at the gelness. Oh, this is amazing. Obviously, at this point, Stu just screaming at the camera, going, "I bought him a pen,
Bought
you
you a
little
fucking
bastard."
Quiz.
15. Look in your book, you knobhead.
Alright.
You don't deserve to win quizzes on a weekly basis.
So we've had
This is pretty snazzy, by the way.
It's
I'm liking it.
of the 80.
Yeah, let's go. Around the world in 80 questions,
So
right?
we're still doing around the world in 80 questions. So
Well, it's
question
serving me well.
21
United.
or 1. Yes, we do need to address the fact that James Panas,
Reigning defending world
Indeed.
heavyweight champion.
Well, it was just that last week we actually dedicated part of the podcast to try and figure out a way to change the quiz because I'm shit.
To make it more fair. More
It's alright though, because
more-
it's basically giving me another reprieve for say 6 weeks, where I can just basically nail you
That's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind getting beaten.
at the quiz.
Will we? I was going to say, will we? I don't know what we're saying anymore.
Number 1. Who were the last French club to play in a Champions League final?
Oh,
Your options. Marseille. I think.
Marseille.
Yeah.
Marcel.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
Saint.
Saint Etienne.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Paris Saint-Germain. AS Monaco. Wonderful. Cracking stuff. Number 2. Where was Sadio...
Mane.
No. Berahino.
Saido Berahino.
Berahino. Yeah.
Berahino. Born. Was it
Oh God, who's he play for?
Kenya, South Africa, Burundi, or England? Whew, feels very...
Do you know that one?
Of course he knows. Number 3.
With his name, you'd think they'd thrown in a little Brazil in there, wouldn't you?
Diego Forlan
Yeah.
Yes.
signed for which Japanese club in
Got balls.
2014?
He's going to be there. He's going to be there.
Jubilo Iwata.
Urawa Red Diamonds.
FC Tokyo. Cerezo Osaka. Number 4. In what country would you find the home of FC Santa Claus?
Oh, balls.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I've read this in a 442.
Finland, Sweden, Norway, or Denmark? But number 5. Despite Mexico winning their 10th,
Gold Cup?
well, it is Gold Cup, but it's
CONCACAF.
yeah. I didn't know if I was supposed to go like COA, but yeah,
It's like the Central American version of... Or is it Central and North American version of the
Is it like
European
Commonwealth
Championship?
of Nations, so and so, so and so? Because there's like CONMEBOL is the South American one.
Gold Cup in 2015. Manager Miguel Herrera was sacked 2 days later.
Why?
Oh dear.
He refused to take a pay cut. He dropped the trophy and broke it. He criticised Mexican fans. He allegedly punched a TV reporter. I mean, any of those are going to be fantastic. Let's go with that one. Oh, yeah, boy. We're on roll now, boys. Got one right. Number 6. Milan legend George
Weah.
Weah represented which African nation?
Don't even need the odds. Don't even need the options.
Maybe I do, but
We
I don't.
don't.
People at home do.
Move on to 7.
Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Tanzania.
Would it help?
Oh!
Would
I'm not going to say that.
it help if we found out that he is currently or has been the president of that country as well?
Yeah. Career in politics.
Nice. Number 7. In what year did a Dutch team last win a European Cup competition?
Oh dear.
1978, 1997, 2002, or 2013? Fuck.
Don't be looking at my answers, James.
Well,
How's my cheating going on?
Charlie Cheater over here.
Points will be deducted.
no, I
Can we
think
get extra points if we tell you the team?
I think I know the team if I've got the right.
Yeah,
name.
go on then, because it's actually here. Number 8. Which country has Steve Keane managed?
Which country?
Country.
Oh dear.
Thailand, Brunei, Singapore, or Malaysia? That one. Oh! Number 9. Which club won the MLS Cup in 2015?
Oh, fucking hell, sick.
Is this the playoff thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it LA Galaxy, Portland Timbers, Sporting Kansas City, Colorado Rapids? Go.
Just give me the first two options again. I've forgotten what they were.
LA Galaxy,
Yeah.
Portland Timbers. And your 10th and final question. Argentinian side River Plate won the Copa
America?
Libertadores
Libertadores.
for the 3rd time in 2015. But who are the competition's most successful side? Chivas. Santos.
Easy.
Independiente.
Boca Juniors. Sao Paulo. Crap. I think your score to beat might be 1.
Oh crap.
Oh no.
Oh crap.
Maybe 2. And your score to beat is 2.
I'm not confident.
Good.
I am also not very confident.
I don't
Really?
believe that for a
I don't
second.
believe you.
Some of them are a bit.
Question number 1. Who were the last French club to play in a Champions League final?
Do we get bonus points if we tell you the year?
No, you can't say that now. No, you have to ask it at the time. Don't let him.
I'm going to write it down anyway.
Depends.
Is it Monaco?
It is Monaco.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what the year was or not? Because you
Work it
can
out.
also write it down if you want.
No, I don't.
Go on, work it out, you bitch.
Then no.
Fuck it. 2004.
AS Monaco, they lost to Porto in the 2004
Can you
final.
imagine having tickets to that Champions League final before the season started and being so
Disappointed,
disappointed that you see
yeah.
Monaco versus Porto?
Where was Sadio
Berahino.
Saido Berahino.
born?
I've gone England.
I think this could be a red herring here because I've gone Burundi, but he might have been born in England.
So
to
when I
Burundi
looked at it,
parents.
I was like, that's one of them in it where they've given you like all these things, but it's actually England. But it was
I know he represents somewhere else, doesn't he?
Burundi, I think.
It was Burundi.
But he is born
in Bujumbura.
Yeah.
He
Somewhere...
came to the UK as a child.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Diego Forlan signed for which Japanese club in 2014?
Something sticks in my head about Urawa Red Diamonds.
I have gone for B, Red Diamonds.
I also went for that one.
So it's not right.
So
then.
we're all wrong.
Okay.
Cesaro Osaka.
My next one was just going to
He
be FC
joined
Tokyo
on an
because it's easy to
18-month
write.
contract in January and was relegated in his first season to the J-League 2nd Division. Didn't go well, did it? In what country would you find the home of FC Santa Claus?
Finland.
I wanted to go Finland. I was looking at their tables because their season run's a bit weird compared to ours. I've gone Norway though, but I think it is Finland.
So why didn't you put Finland?
I don't know.
They were formed in 1993 in Rovaniemi, a town 6 miles south of the Arctic Circle.
It's Finland.
Finland.
Yeah. I knew when I was putting it, I thought it's Finland. I don't know.
So
why I
it's
went
fucker.
for
Despite Mexico winning their 10th CONCACAF Gold Cup in 2015, manager Miguel Herrera was sacked 2 days later. Why?
Criticise fans.
That's what I've gone for.
Is
Is this the one where you got it right because he punched a reporter?
Absolutely. He allegedly punched a TV reporter. The reporter claimed that the coach punched him at Philadelphia Airport, where the team were returning home.
Right.
What else? Milan legend George
Liberia.
Weah represented which African nation?
Liberia.
He played 60 times for his country, scoring 22 goals.
I'll let James
Really,
answer this
I
next
thought
one
it
because I
really
think
did
he's
it.
got it right.
In which year did a Dutch team last win a European Cup competition?
I think I can add an extra stat to it as well.
Oh.
I think it's 2002. I think it's Feyenoord.
Can I have a guess at your? Can I guess at your stat?
Is it the hat trick by the man?
Oh no, I thought you were going to say they won it in their own stadium.
No, I think Van Hooijdonk got a hat trick.
I don't know if he scored a hat trick, but he definitely scored in the game.
Yeah.
It might have even been in De Keep.
But it is 2002
It's
Feyenoord,
Feyenoord
right?
2002.
2002, Feyenoord won the UEFA Cup, beating Borussia Dortmund in the final.
I
2
don't know
points
whether,
there, James.
Yeah.
2 points.
I don't know whether Van Hooijdonk got an hat trick.
Right. Which country has Steve Keane managed?
I almost put Thailand
I did put Thailand.
and changed it to Malaysia at last minute.
Oh, it's another one of those where
Is it Singapore?
apparently this guy's the only one that knows the answer. Brunei.
Oh dear. Must be mates with the old Sultan.
Number 9. Which club won the MLS Cup in 2015?
Timbers?
I've gone Timbers as well.
That's what I should have done. They beat Columbus Crew SC in the final.
Interesting fact about the Portland Timbers.
I love how it makes it more annoying when he gets it right and then tells you some stats information.
Their club mascot is a lumberjack, and every time they score, he cuts a piece of log off this huge tree trunk and gives it to the player who scored.
Like a slither.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's like a massive, like, coffee table-sized fucking chunk or something. That's huge.
It'll be a redwood, won't
Yeah.
it? So it's been air flight.
It's unfucking believable.
Years.
Well,
Argentinian side River Plate won the Copa
do you know this?
Libertadores, now I've had to guess this one. I
for
don't
the
know.
third time in 2015. But who are
I think you might be
the
right, though.
competition's most successful side?
I went as far as I was concerned for the obvious one of Boca Juniors.
See, I went for the less obvious one of Boca Seniors.
That
He's-
wasn't an option.
He's gone Santos.
Santos.
Are you hoping that Pele got a few while he was there?
Or Rubinho. Neither.
I went for
Rubinho
Sao
came
Paulo,
from-
and I got it wrong.
Right.
So it must be
Independiente. They have won the competition.
Where are they from? Are they
7
Uruguayan?
No, they're
times.
Brazilian.
Are they Brazilian?
Yeah.
So, this could be interesting.
I don't think
I doubt it, but could be.
I have got 5 out of 11.
Oh, James. It was a good run you had. 7 on 11.
It's not like you've got a huge score.
But you were going somewhere else there. And again, you would have been correct.
I'm just going to see if we can check out this Van Hooijdonk thing.
How many is that of the season now?
So I currently have got a 12-4 lead, which again I don't understand because we've only had 15 quizzes.
Right. Don't keep saying that, because obviously it's going to be the same issue all the way through the year that they don't add up.
You don't add up.
But we know why that is. There was a
The
week
week
we
we
did
did 2 quizzes. True. True,
Go
Dad.
back and check it out. Right.
Thank you, Gan.
Anything else?
I have nothing.
There are no games to predict for next week.
No games to predict
But
next
there will be
week, sadly.
games to talk about.
So it could even be that we don't even have a podcast next week. We probably will.
We've penciled in our next match, though, haven't we? To visit at great expense.
Oh, it was. You would have been considered.
Well, I say great expense to Mr. Williams.
Yes,
at the moment.
obviously I only bought him today, so he hasn't paid me yet. Yeah, you were considered, but I assumed you had absolutely no desire to drop 40 quid, and then you have to factor in getting there and obviously the day on the sesh.
For what?
Leeds United versus the Borough. In the Leeds, not in the Leeds end, in the Borough end, at the Bell End Road.
Oh God! Oh.
Before I go into scorers, this it was 3-2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to chance. The fact that it says that Thomason got man of the match suggests that Van Hooijdonk did not get a hat-trick.
Where was it at?
Feyenoord, in their own stadium.
So it was at the Keep.
Yeah.
Nice. I thought it was.
De Beers. Right, let's call it there then.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Till next week, folks.
Thanks. So there you go, what do you think of that? Another one done, another one in the bag, another week of the season gone. No football games next week because it's the England international break, but we'll still be here and we'll still be talking football. YouTube watchers, make sure YouTube subscribers, like, share, click for notifications, that stuff. Everybody jump over to thecookiecast.com, check us out over there, send us some love in all different types. So there we go, another week done. And until next week, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then. Bye.